everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I thought that I would show you how I meal prep. Now I follow a specific macro plan. I do 40% carbs, 30 protein and 30 fat. So that translates in grams into the calorie amount that I use per day. I like to prepare some treats when I do this. So today I'm making apple cake, and it's sort of like an easy version of an apple cake. I just figured this recipe out a little bit ago, and what I changed, I used less butter than the original recipe. In this one I doubled the eggs because I thought the other one, it tasted really good, the one I previously made, but it was kind of crumbly. So it was so soft that it wouldn't really hold together, but it was delicious. So I used half of normal sugar and half of this sugar. I didn't want to use all this sugar because I don't know, I just didn't wanna. And also this one is like 7 times the price of regular sugar. No, more, because this is like half the size. So I will put like the recipe and everything down below in the description, so you can check that out. But I've already measured everything out, and I'm just gonna start making this right now so you can follow along. Alright, so I have here some eggs with vanilla, and this is the sugar here. So I'm gonna combine these two, and I'm gonna mix them up with my electric whisker until they're kind of fluffy a little bit. Sorry, I had to. Alright, so I've already Alright, so here's the mixture, light and fluffy, and in this larger bowl I have flour, sugar, baking soda, cinnamon, and baking powder, and I'm just gonna lightly make that together a little bit. Alright, and in here I have some butter, and I'm just gonna pop this in the microwave on low just to soften it up. And I wanted to show you guys this device. I bought this off of eBay a while ago. This is awesome. I just used this stuff for the apples, and then I pop them in here on the large setting, and it just makes these sorry, this is not really hard to open. I hurt my hand a lot at the gym. You can see it's all bruised, so I kind of don't have the strength to come against. But look how beautiful the pieces are, and like I just popped them in the size that the other cutter makes them, and then they go smaller, of course, in the oven, but this is perfect. Then you get a nice bite of apples. So this is gonna be delicious. I'm so excited. So these are the apples. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna combine these two things, and we're gonna coat the apples well with the mixture. Get everyone in there. My microwave's done. Oh, you guys, I actually forgot to mention, I mentioned it in the recipe, but I use half oat flour and half regular flour just to make this more nutritious. And I also love oats, cinnamon, and apple. Like, I think, oh my god, it smells so good. Like, it wouldn't smell this good and it wouldn't taste this good, I think, with only regular flour. So with the oat flour, the easiest thing you can do is just take a blender, or even an immersion blender. It just might be a little bit more messy. Pop like I don't know, like a half a kilo, or depends on how much you're making. Pop it in there and then just turn it on, and it will literally take you like a minute to make oat flour. Doesn't have to be super fine, just fine enough to you know, use this flour. So it's literally that easy. All right, this is fine, and I'm gonna get the butter. Here's the butter. We're gonna add that in there. And then we're gonna add this stuff in. Ooh, oh my God, look at it. It looks amazing. These are gonna be so good. And I'm actually gonna just mix this in the machine. But here's the chocolate I put. I used in the first recipe, I used the drops, like chocolate drops, but I don't know, I like it to kind of blend in a little bit better. And when you cut it up yourself, it does that. It gets you like, you know, like the smaller pieces as well. So I switched up and I used that. So now I'm gonna mix this together and I'll be right back. Okay, now with the cooking spray, just spray out the pan. And if you have one with a hole like mine, just put a baking paper in. And then try to divide this sort of evenly between the three. This tastes so good, even like when it's raw. Yum! And then because I'm counting the macros, I like to just weigh these out to see if they're like roughly the same weight. 9, 10. And then just knock any air out. And also for my meal prep, I like to make these toaster waffles. So good. So I made 2 batches and then I'll just put them in the microwave or the toaster to eat. Alright, these are out. Looks so good. This one came out last. They actually did probably take like 30 or 40 minutes, but that's because I made 3. When I made 1, it was only 20. So just keep like wasting these, and like this one comes out clean. All right, and then for the meal prep, we're gonna start with the rice. I'm actually just using some bagged rice that I need to use up. And we're gonna put a little bit of salt. And then we're just gonna leave that to cook. All right, now everything is in the oven and I don't have to do anything except for wait. And then the veggies are done, quinoa's cooking, I love this thing. Rice is ready, I clean everything up, and then I may throw this single breast with some taco seasoning and cube it on the pan to keep for burritos, and then I have a marinated chicken over there that I'll just throw in the oven as well for 20 minutes, so I don't really have to do anything to that either. And that's about it. And then I have to go get some new plastic containers. I'm just having a waffle, and I'll show you when everything's put together. Okay, everything looks so good. Salmon, that's the fish, the chicken, oh yum. Veggies, quinoa's done, and now I'm just gonna jump to the store. I have these ready, and I need to buy some containers, and then I'm gonna show you the chia pudding. It's so good. Alright guys, so I've already started putting the meal prep in containers. I'm putting 70 grams of rice in these. I put 70 grams of quinoa in this, and with the salmon, and 70 grams of the cooked vegetables. For the fish, I put 250 grams in each container. I couldn't find any bigger ones that are like that, and I only have 2 left of these, so I'm not really sure, or actually 3, but I was gonna put some, oh actually I bought these as well, so I'll just put some fish in here as well. I think I probably made too much, especially of the fish, but my sister will probably appreciate having some. So I'm gonna show you a really quick prep for one thing. I'm gonna do it with rice, and I'm gonna measure out, these are just like my measurements, you don't have to do the same at all. So we're gonna do 70 grams of cooked rice, because I'm mainly doing these, I mean I get plenty of carbs, I'm just doing these meals basically so I get enough protein each day, so that's why I'm trying to just keep the carbs low, but I don't know, I kind of want some carbs with it. So I'm just making this look a little bit nicer in there. And then what you're gonna do is just take some frozen broccoli, you don't have to defrost it or anything, and just pop it in there, and then it'll be defrosted, and then you'll just cook it when you go. So I'll do 70 grams of that as well. Then I have my, it doesn't look that appetizing because I didn't cook it on top before, I just popped it in the oven, and it doesn't have any like spices, so it looks kind of anemic. But I have my garlic, lemon and honey chicken, so that's a really good meal prep right here. I think my hubby is gonna enjoy that as well. Then here is the taco chicken. So I am going to cut this up and like mix it around so it gets all like emerged with the seasoning. And I'm gonna do a little bit of burrito prep, so I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, I'm all ready to go. So for these, I am going to be putting stuff that you can just heat up. So I'm not going to be putting any fresh vegetables because we don't want to grill them up, or my hubby at least does not like to. So I'm going to put some sour cream on top. So I'm going to do 20 grams of sour cream, and then some salsa, and then a little bit of rice. Now these are small tortillas, so I don't want to like overstuff this. I'm going to do 20 grams of rice, just a few, about 20 grams of the veggies. I want to put like, I don't know, let's see if I can like, yeah, I don't think I can do much more than that. Okay, so we'll do about 50 grams of chicken. And then I'm gonna just close these up and put them into aluminum foil. then when they cool, they're gonna kind of stick that way, and then you can pop them in the grill. So I'm just gonna make the rest of them, and then I'll show you how I close them. Just gonna pop them on here. No, there's no magic way to do it. I'm not like a genius at doing this or anything. And I have kind of sharp nails, so try just not to pierce them. But then just sort of tuck them in and roll. And then, as I said, when they cool, they're gonna kind of stick together a lot better. So they're gonna hold their form when you put them in the grill. And I like to, you can pop these in the microwave, but I like to pop these into the sandwich grill. Alright, so we have here so far 6 portions of the fish. Now I will put the macros of everything in the bottom bar, but the fish was like under 200 calories per plate, like per dish. So this would be like, I don't know, it's not a lunch. Like I would have something then with it. I might have 2, I might have 1, and then 1 later in the day. So I think this will be fine. And then we have the basil pesto chicken. That looks bomb. Then we have these. I'll probably just put some paprika powder on top so they don't look so anemic, so my hubby will eat them. And then we have the 2 portions of salmon. That salmon is quite high in calories. It was like 400 calories for this thing, but this would be really filling. It has really good fats. And then we have the 3 burritos. I would make more burritos, but since I'm trying to get more protein in rather than like a balanced lunch, that's why I'm not prepping more than these. Oh god, I'm so bruised. You can see it on the camera here, like all the way around. So I think my hubby will probably enjoy at least 2 of these. I will maybe have 1. So this is all we have for now, and now I'm gonna show you the chia pudding because we need something sweet. Even though we have the apple cake and the waffles, the apple cake isn't fantastic in macros, but I always have a treat. I always make the stuff fit my macros. So I will freeze one of those cakes and I'll leave one out. The waffles are of course frozen, and I'm gonna do chia puddings for the week, and I'll probably do a bunch more because I think my boys will like it. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you how I do the chia pudding. So what I like to use is this protein here, MyProtein strawberry cream flavor. I'm guessing any strawberry cream flavor would work for other brands. Just make sure that it's kind of like, I don't know, I think this one tastes sort of like a strawberry milkshake, so it's kind of like a soft strawberry cream flavor. So this works perfect for me. In here I have 170 grams of frozen banana and 85 grams of protein. This is just like some ratio I put in there. And I have half of this glass, like I have this much water in, and then I'll add more as I go if I need it. So now we're just gonna blend this up. I've let the banana thaw a tiny bit, so it's not too hard for the blender. Alright, I'm gonna have another taste. This is really perfect. I did add a little bit more banana, so I have now about 230 grams of banana and 85 grams of protein, and I'll put everything down below. So what we're gonna do next is just add our chia seeds. Alright guys, I'm sorry my camera cut off, so I just ended up putting those 6 tablespoons of chia seed into the blender, and I just stirred it around, and then I poured them into these little like disposable cups, but I use them a lot. I just put them in the washer, And I just put everything here, and it fits so nicely into this basket. So what I do is I just keep this in the fridge for like 30 to 60 minutes, and then I stir it a little bit just so everything gets nicely and evenly thick, because with protein powder it can separate. So if I do it this way, like this one's starting to get thick already, but for some reason that one got a little bit more chia seed than the other ones, but that's fine. All right, and then those will just go into the fridge, and when I feel like it, I'll just put some saran wrap on top. And I'll just put some saran wrap on top of this entire thing and pop it into the fridge, and then it'll be ready to go. And these will be pretty tasty. I know they don't look the best with the chia seeds sinking, but it's really good.